I'm going to turn it over to Barack. And I was mentioning yesterday I had the chance to, with a colleague and Bonnie, we got to spend the whole afternoon at the school. And I'd be lying if I wouldn't say like the true biggest highlight was I got to drive the solar car that you're going to hear about. But really the highlight was just talking to these wonderful young people about their work and their passions, and it was really inspiring. And so I know you're going to enjoy it from Barack and the students from Harmony School.
I'm Barack Yilmaz, Project Director at Harmony Public Schools. I'm a former math teacher, taught in the classroom for about 8 years, and moved into administration, assistant principal, and now I'm at the district level, part of the team, designing new learning models that focuses a lot on project-based learning, blended learning. Currently I'm managing our Race to the Top district grant, which is instrumental in scaling our personalized learning initiatives. A little bit of background about Harmony Public Schools. We are a statewide network of public charter schools here in Texas. And we're literally scattered across the state, have campuses here in San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Lubbock, El Paso, Dallas, Fort Worth area. We started back in 2000, so still a young organization, with one school, 200 kids, and over the past 15 years or so, we've gone through a tremendous growth and now serving more than 31,000 students in 48 school buildings. And what's more astonishing is that we have a statewide waiting list of nearly 38,000 students waiting to get into our schools. That's why we're constantly adding more schools every year, a few more, to accommodate that growth and meet the demands, which seems impossible, but we're trying. And we are, one of our graduation requirements is getting acceptance from a 4-year college, and we have college engagement officers that track students through matriculating and persisting through college. We have 100% college acceptance rate, like in vision school. There's two major components of our mission statement, which is one is laser focused in STEM education. We're not magnets, we're public charter schools, so we have a laser focus in STEM education right from the start. And the other one is preparing students for success in college and career readiness. And to realize this vision, we turn to project-based learning. We've been doing this for about 7 years, but really scaled it in the last 4 years with the grants. And Buck Institute's 8 essential elements and gold standard framework was a big inspiration for us to drive this work. And we called our model STEM SOS. The website is there. There's tons of resources you can check out, some sample projects, student artifacts, teacher resources. And that stands for Students on the Stage, because one of the biggest focus points of our model is the public exhibits and public speech of our students. Once they complete those projects, they need to present in front of a large, diverse audience in different settings in the community. So we brought a small group of students, which will be the highlight of this session. Without further ado, I'll leave the stage to them, and they'll introduce themselves and talk about their learning experience at Harvard.
Martha Sanchez.
I'm Michael Trevino.
And I'm Monica Avila.
And PPO is a really challenging thing for us. I've been in Harmony since 6th grade and I'm a senior now. And freshman year, I had PPO level 1, and it was more of like the group work and teacher helping us. And then sophomore and junior, it was level 2, and we did it mostly on our own. And then I'm in third part of level 3. And then there's around 10 people in solar car, and there's different, everyone plays a different role, and there's mechanical, electrical, communication, and design. And I focus more on the mechanical part, such as welding, but I want to also try the communication part to improve my communication skills.
I've also been at Harmony since the 6th grade, and I'm a senior now. And as Mr. Brock was saying, our college acceptance, I've so far been accepted to University of Maryland and Baylor, my main goal is Baylor University or UTSA. And I started PBO and we got introduced in freshman year, and I mainly focused on the human skeleton. And then sophomore year, I did the dry ice project, which I learned why dry ice sublimes and what it is, and how carbon dioxide escapes after it's sublimed into water. And then my junior year, I did the hovercraft. And last year, a group of us went to two different locations, went to UTSA and St. Philip's to introduce it to elementary level children and try to introduce them to PBL and harmony and how to connect what they're learning now to what we were learning in science. And PBL has really challenged me. With teamwork, I've never really been a group-oriented person, but PBO taught me how to work with other people and how, especially since it's technology-based, it taught me how to become more computer-based and creating websites, creating videos, getting them onto the website, presenting, and it's just been really useful to me in my science classes and also as well in my English and social studies, since we had to do a social studies connection and English connection. For mine, throughout the years, I either did a narrative essay on like how it had challenged me and helped me in working with other people, or recently I did a sort of newspaper going over what my project originated from, who created it, how it's used now, and it's just been very useful for me throughout my high school experience.
Wow, she said most of the things I was going to say. But then again, PBL is more kind of like a college experience, you know. It's like they give you a certain date for when things are due and you have to do it. And for me, it was really fun because I got that, you know, experience and stuff like that. And I feel I did PBL since 9th grade, and it was a lot of hard work for me because I wasn't used to getting stuff due on time. But then in my sophomore year, I was late on everything. In my sophomore year, I started to get the handle of things. I actually found a partner to work with to keep me on track of what I was doing. And I don't remember the projects I was doing, but I remember I'm sorry, I don't remember any. But I just remember going to different schools to present what I did with my partner for younger kids and trying to get them into like saying, hey, this is PBL, trying to get them a little jump start to what it is. And it's just a lot of it's just a lot of individual work, and I really did like it. They said most of the things I was going to say.
Oh, so from here to here, there are samples of the brochures we had to create for an overall overview of our website. These are just some of them. I know the Chladni plates, a friend of mine did, and I had heard that it was really interesting learning how the sand creates different shapes based on the frequencies, and they're just really useful in like learning the whole overview rather than going through the whole website.
I think the fun part about it too was making a video, because like it's like you're with a partner and you like sometimes you mess up and it's just, you know, you two are bonding over the same experiment, and then you get the post in and later on you check that, hey, our video got like 50 views, and it turns out it was just most of your teachers and it was most of your teachers, and teachers were showing other teachers and teachers were showing friends like, hey, look at what our students could do on their own. So that was pretty impressive, and my parents were extremely impressed when they found out I started doing this, when I started doing PBL, because they were like, wow, look at our son, he ain't turning anything late anymore, he's actually doing projects, he's actually doing work. And